Good morning. This is HBM's Crypto Corner for Tuesday, March 17th, 2015, St. Patrick's Day. So for those of you who are Irish, I hope you're enjoying the day. Today we're going to look at the Falk Monster, the Bigfoot of the South first. We have an interesting video on this link. And the video is apparently an individual who is in the Falk area and looking into the reports. And interestingly enough, he'd heard about this Dr. Green fellow who's supposedly from Mississippi. I never heard of the individual, this Dr. Green, but apparently he found some footprints, this Dr. Green did, and casted them. And I don't know what part of Mississippi he lives in. Be interesting to find out who he is and where he's from. But he's also been doing studies on the Patterson-Gimlin film as well, from what the video was describing. So, very interesting stuff. I'd like to see, like to know who this guy is, and what he has found, the findings that he has made. Our next link is about some possible Bigfoot tracks found in the state of Maine. Here is apparently one of them, found by a lady in northeastern Maine, sent to Michael Merchant to examine. Could these be Bigfoot tracks? What do you think? That's a very interesting looking photograph, I'll tell you that. And whoever found it utilized a $5 bill to make comparisons with it and comparison measurements. Well, that's a good step in the right direction. That's assuming it's real. Well, we don't know for sure if it's real or not. I guess Michael Merchant will be looking into that before too long. Our next link is about possible Bigfoot snow tracks. And there's a video accompanying this, and very interesting footprints. They appear to have toes in the appropriate place, and the snow is melted out a little bit. But there appears to be some kind of footprints. But really, I mean, to me, and I looked at the video, it looks more like somebody took their hand and took their knuckles and pressed it into the snow. I mean, it doesn't look like toe marks to me at all. And, footprints in snow are very subjective anyway. So, to me, this does not look like actual Sasquatch footprints. It's pretty easy to make that kind of thing in snow, because snow is a little bit of a different entity than, let's say, mud or sand or dirt. It's a lot easier to make fake tracks in snow than it is to make them in sand or dirt or mud. I mean, that's not to say that they haven't been made in snow, dirt, or mud, but it's much easier to do it in the snow, and snow tracks, to me, are always subjective. Now Sasquatch Coffee brings you 3 new flavors: Olympic Peninsula, Eye Shine, and Bluff Creek. In addition, they also now have the Single Origins collection: Boggy Creek, Orang Pendek, and Skunk Ape Roast. You can also pick up the 7 Sampler Pack, which has the original 7 flavors of deliciousness. Most of the new flavors are available in decaf. Go to www.squatchcoffee.com to order. Sasquatch Coffee. Have you tried it yet? For those who have been wondering when Les Stroud was going to hit the trail as far as searching for Bigfoot, wait no more. The Science Channel is going to have new Survivor Man Bigfoot episodes coming up on April 3rd. New season, Survivor Man Bigfoot, Friday, April 3rd, 10/9 Central. And I don't think he'll be working with Todd Standing this time. I think he'll be working with somebody else. Should be quite interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing this. I'm just wondering if he's going to go to the same area that Todd Standing took him to. The Nordig area. Who knows? But should be fascinating, should be interesting. Check local listings for time and channel. Even with the what would seem to be the stink of working with Todd Standing, perhaps this will be different because he'll be working with somebody else, hopefully somebody with more credibility than Mr. Standing. We'll just put it that way. Finally, today, a couple of books I received from Hancock House last week. This is the one I'm currently reading, Discovering Cadborosaurus, by Paul LeBlanc, John Kirk, and Jason Walton. Really interesting stuff, and I learned some things about Cadborosaurus that, well, number one, they're not just it's not strictly a lake monster. It's been seen in the ocean as well, mostly in the ocean, but there have been sightings in freshwater as well of Caddy. And even John Kirk himself, one of the co-authors, had a sighting of Caddy himself. He's also spotted Ogopogo, and I would love to see a book about Ogopogo, perhaps by this same team. I know John wrote a book about lake monsters in 1998. I would love to get a copy of that one too. But yeah, I mean, it's not just about Sasquatch here. I mean, Cadborosaurus is an interesting creature as well. All the lake monsters are very interesting. With all the sightings that have taken place of these strange entities. I mean, yes, there are what you might call misidentifications. People thinking they see a strange creature. It may turn out to be a school of dolphins, or it may be uh, a group of seal or sea lions. That's happened before, or it's some kind of drifting log or something like that. But apparently there are people who have seen these creatures with these big humps and a long neck and a big head. So, how much credibility is there to these sightings? There may be more than you realize. The second book I received is called The Asian Wildman, Yeti, Yeren, and Almasty, Cultural Aspects and Evidence of Reality, by Dr. Jean-Paul Debenat and Paul LeBlanc. Now, Dr. LeBlanc actually translated the book from its original French language, much as he did Sasquatch, Bigfoot, and the Mystery of the Wild Man, also by Dr. Debenat. I have not read this one yet, but apparently it looks at 3 different hairy hominids or hominoids from Dr. Debenat's point of view. Should be quite fascinating. I can't wait to start reading this one as soon as I finish the book on Cadborosaurus. Anybody who read Dr. Debenat's first book, I think, will probably most likely be pleasantly surprised by this book as well once it's released to the generally worldwide. I think these have already been released. I believe both of these titles are already on Amazon. So that's it for this week, and we want to thank our sponsor, Sasquatch Coffee. I received the 7 sampler pack last Friday, and I've been enjoying it. I've already tried the Ape Canyon flavor, and I'm trying the Bigfoot blend, which is actually excellent. It's great. Both flavors are pretty great. So until next week, y'all be good or be good at it. This has been HBM's Crypto Corner.